We have an extremely surprising trade rumor update and something very different as of late, as the Calgary Flames are rumored to be interested in acquiring a center. Sure, the Flames are off to a hot start, but this is an extreme revelation if true. What direction are the Flames going and who might they go after? Conroy has gone rogue. We're going to break all of that down and more in this video, but first I want to welcome you to Flames Digest. I'm Mark Griffith. If you're new around here and you love the Flames, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around your Calgary Flames. We would love to welcome you to the Flames Digest family. And this is a juicy one, so let's dive into the Flames want a center. I know, it's pretty crazy to think that the Flames are in a spot where they would potentially be looking to acquire a good player. All of the talk over the last, year and a half, pretty much in the entire Conroy era, ever since Brad Treliving traded away Matthew Tkachuk and, our franchise kind of went down the drain. It's been talking about us trading away our good players and getting back pieces for the future. But now the Flames are undefeated, and I know it's insane to think that we're already getting trade rumor reports revolving around us acquiring someone to make us better now. Is that the right thing to do? I really am not sure. Obviously, I love watching the Flames win, but is that what is best for the future of this franchise? I'm really not too sure. You don't want to rush a rebuild, retooling, whatever you want to call it. Look at the last time this happened. The Flames were really good in 2015, kind of unexpectedly, and then they made the Dougie Hamilton trade, and it just really didn't benefit the Flames the way they thought they would. It kind of didn't look great for the future. I know the Bruins didn't take anyone good with that Flames pick, but still, it kind of ended up hurting. And you think of even the Travis Hamonic trade, same thing, tried to bring him and make the defense better, but just gave away too much. And that honestly is an L of a trade that isn't talked about enough. But one thing I do want to bring up is actually that there's going to be full discretion. There's going to be a video coming out tomorrow revolving around this that I actually recorded yesterday. And, I kind of hummed and hawed about if I should still upload it, but it has some really good information and I wanted you guys to know. But it goes around this. So NHL rumor roundup, no big moves this season for the Calgary Flames, question mark. The Calgary Flames were speculated ahead of the season to continue the roster teardown, but there appears to be more clarity regarding their immediate plans. And spoiler alert, it's going to be about how the Flames aren't really expected to trade away too many of the vets, and it'll still be a really good video. Just don't be shocked that it isn't brand new news and the ticker at the bottom isn't exactly updated. Because like I said, I recorded that yesterday, but still, it's going to be a good video. But now we know that maybe Conroy's kind of gone a little rogue here, and maybe there will be some big moves, but not in the way anyone expected. So if we get into this report, Flames looking to add center. This comes from Kyle Cushman of The Score, but the actual report comes from the man in the thumbnail who needs a nap. The Calgary Flames are off to a perfect 4-0 start, and they're looking to bolster their roster. General manager Craig Conroy has been talking to teams in recent days in search of a middle six center. Daily Faceoff's Frank Saravalli reported on Prime Video's Coast to Coast. And I know, take it with a grain of salt. It's coming from Frank Saravalli, who is on a generational run of pissing Flames fans off, with his kind of insensitive comments towards the Johnny Gaudreau situation and just being really, really supportive of the Oilers as of late. I know he's kind of pissing a lot of Flames fans off, but so take it with a grain of salt that this is coming from him, but a report is a report. The Flames prefer a right-handed player who fits with the team's age, Saravalli adds. So if we get into the actual tweet here, so this comes from Saravalli himself. Early season trades are rare, but the Flames, one of the best stories to start the year, you got that right, he said something true, are looking to add another center to the mix, which is pretty crazy if this one again does end up being true. Nazem Kadri, Michael Backlund, Martin Pospisil, and Justin Kirkland were Calgary centers in their 3-1 win against the Chicago Blackhawks on Tuesday. All four are left-handed. Calgary was expected to be a bottom feeder coming into the campaign. The Flames have dealt forwards Lindholm and Mangiapane, defensemen Hanifin, Tanev, and Zadorov, and goalie Jacob Markstrom in the past year. So again, it shows the Flames, they aren't scared of trades. They don't shy away from trades. It's just usually they're giving up, the established piece of the trade. But now they're looking for something else. And, a young right-handed center could be something very, very interesting to keep an eye on, of course, in a trade. The Flames are the only 4-0 team in the NHL and are one of 3 teams that are still undefeated alongside the Tampa Bay Lightning and Winnipeg Jets. I can't remember if that's still true because I took this screenshot yesterday. But either way, Rookie forward Sam Honzek is out week to week after sustaining an upper body injury Tuesday. Calgary has almost $19 million of cap space, according to Puckpedia. So the Flames can definitely afford to bring in a center, and it won't be a top center. As it said, looking kind of for a middle six center, which is still crazy to me if the Flames really do pull off one of these trades. And I really have to question what the Flames would be willing to give up in one of those trades. I beg that it's not, anything near a high-end draft pick or one of our really good prospects. I know we have some good defensive prospects, maybe some of them. Please not our best ones. Maybe some of the mid ones could be okay, but I don't know, still. I'm a little bit in different heads when it comes to if I want the Flames to make one of these trades and really try to compete this year. It's such a dilemma for Flames fans that I know we are all very, very used to. But if we look at some options here of who the Flames can go for, obviously there's the man in the thumbnail that you saw before you clicked on the video, but it's brought up because of this. So Mike Gold, obviously a writer with, I believe it's Flames Nation, very good writer. He writes, I wonder if the Flames might try to go after Dylan Cozens. Every Sabres fan I follow seems to be finished with him. First of all, I didn't even know there were Sabres fans. I genuinely have never met a Buffalo Sabres fan in my entire life in person. Only on social media, and I swear they're just bots. So either way, that's the first thing I wanted to address. But the second thing here is Dylan Cozens is a very interesting pick. He totally fits the bill. A right-handed shot, middle six center, and still has some upside. So he's in that age range that Saravalli was talking about, where the Flames aren't looking to add, someone super old. They want someone that they can still develop, be part of the plans for the future. And Dylan Cozens isn't a terrible option. If we take a look at his stats from junior and in the NHL so far, obviously, at the NHL level, it hasn't quite gone to plan. That's what happens when you do play for the Buffalo Sabres. I didn't realize this was going to become a Buffalo hate video. But either way, he had a really good season in 2022-23. He had 30 goals, 37 assists, 68 points. He was great. He was a fantasy steal for certain people. Last year really wasn't quite as good. And then this year so far, just the 1 point in 6 games, but already it seems like the players are done with him. He obviously doesn't want to be there. Buffalo has an even bigger problem than Calgary when it comes to players not wanting to be there. They're just so cursed. And it would be an interesting choice because we've seen what Cozens can do at the junior level, if you take a look at the stats there, but also in the World Juniors. And I know we put way too much value on how a player does in the World Juniors, but he was really, really good. Showed some leadership, showed some really good promise and potential. So it wouldn't be a bad option for the right price, of course. I'm not going to look at what, actual trade proposals could be in this video, but maybe it'll be something to look at in the future, of course. Another one that I personally wanted to throw into the mix, just because I have a little bit of experience, is this man right here. The man with the stash. He could become the new Lanny. It is Shane Pinto, and I bet that this would be a pretty good trade. So again, he's a center that shoots right. He could easily fit into the middle six. He could honestly become our first center eventually this season, just based on how good he is. But you see the kind of, I guess, what do we want to call these? His measurements? His height, he's over 6 feet. He's over 200 pounds, which is great to see. He's still young, of course. He was born in 2000, so if my math is correct, he will be 24 next month. And he was still a recent high draft pick, 2019, so 5 years ago, number 32 overall in the second round, which would still be a first rounder these days. So a very good option here. And if we take a look at his stats so far, the junior stats, pretty good. And then his NHL stats have been a little bit interesting. Now, obviously, last season, he did miss half of it. Wonder why that could be. But he still is a very good player with a lot of promise. I know the actual goals and assists might not blow a lot of people away, but he's a really good player on an Ottawa team that has been pretty dang bad lately. And I know it says statistics unavailable on HockeyDB for this season so far. I'm pretty sure he has a goal and an assist in 4 games. So not too bad at all. And he honestly is a very, very good player. Great option. Again, I just hope it would be for cheap. And I don't know, GM Steven Stamkos of the Ottawa Senators, he used to play for Calgary. Maybe his heart's still in Calgary a little bit and would give us a good deal. I don't know. But I think Pinto, Cousins, definitely out there. Please feel free to drop some other options down in the comments. I would love to see who you guys think the Flames could maybe go after in one of these trades, if that is ultimately what the Flames do decide to do and this report is true. Now let's wrap up this video with the comment of the day, and I really like this one here from the main man himself. Anyone or anybody but Habs, and he says, I really hope Klapka gets a good long look now. Love that monster. And he absolutely should get a good long look. He plays so well. Obviously, he makes mistakes every now and then, but who doesn't, NHL player or not? And so I really think he will. I mean, obviously, we'll have to see what happens when Sharangovich is healthy once again. Of course, when Honzek is healthy again, and when Rooney comes back. It'll be interesting because certain players can play certain different positions. So who knows? Klapka definitely deserves to stay up, but we will just have to wait and see. I know he is swiftly becoming a fan favorite here in Calgary. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe, like what you saw here today, and have a wonderful rest of your day.